Good evening, I'm Kevin McNamara. First tonight, a search continues for three suspects who robbed a gas station customer and shot them in the hand. The incident happened yesterday before 3:30 p.m. at the BP station on South Bellevue near South Parkway. Memphis police have released pictures of the suspects, which are believed to be two men and a woman. They were dressed in all black, and one had on Puma attire. MPD also continuing to investigate several shootings in the past 24 hours. The first one overnight happened along Mount Moriah Extended near Rideway Road. Police say a man was shot and taken to the hospital where he later died. No info on any of the suspects at this time. Another shooting happened earlier this afternoon on American Way and Get Well. Police found a man shot there as well, and he was taken to the hospital with serious injuries. For at least the third time this month, thieves targeted a Memphis City Gear store in a smash and grab burglary. This latest one happened before 9:30 last night at the City Gear on Lamar Avenue. Police say there may have been 6 to 10 suspects involved in this break-in, and they took about $10,000 worth of merchandise. The front window was busted in, the front door unlocked, and several parts of the store ransacked. Police still have not found the men connected with the break-ins at the City Gear stores on South 3rd Street and Elvis Presley Boulevard. For all of these incidents, if you or anyone you know knows anything, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers at the number listed on your screen. To news where police actually got their suspects now. Two people behind bars this evening after the murder of a 15-year-old on Thanksgiving morning in Binghamton. 18-year-old Eddie White is one of the two facing charges. The other is a 15-year-old. According to an affidavit, the suspects pulled up to the front of the victim's home on Vandalia Street. There was a struggle over a gun, which led to the shooting. The victim's text on his cell phone helped lead police to the 15-year-old suspect, where they say he confessed to pulling the trigger and outed White as the driver. Switching gears now, the weather getting a little bit more winter-like with each passing day in the Mid-South. Here's Simone Thomas with a look at the forecast. Simone?
Hello again, and thanks for tuning in. I'm meteorologist Simone Thomas. As we get ready to wrap up the weekend, we're going to maintain some cool temperatures, but we're keeping an eye on the next round of rain that's looking to move through Sunday morning. All of this bringing some cooler weather to start out our work week. As we continue overnight, looking to maintain nearly partly cloudy skies with an isolated rain threat dinner time through those evening hours. After midnight, we're really going to see that threat become more scattered in coverage. Temperatures overnight looking to dip into more of the lower 40s, upper 30s. The big story is going to be that rain moving in with our next cold front that at the moment is off to our west over towards central Oklahoma. That's going to start to move through Arkansas as we continue overnight, making its way closer to us in western Tennessee by Sunday morning. This is when we're likely going to start to see some of the rain picking up is first thing Sunday morning. So if you have any plans for a church or a brunch, you want to make sure you have that rain gear on hand, because as this front moves through the state, we're going to quickly see the rain taper off. So by lunchtime, seeing those drying conditions and an area of high pressure moving into our west behind that front is going to help us see those skies clearing with those cooler temperatures to kick off the work week. Now, as this high pressure moves further east towards the Mid-South, we will likely see some freezing temperatures to kickstart the week. So Sunday morning, looking to wake up with a low around 30. By Monday, looking to dip into more of the upper 20s. We'll slowly start to see those morning lows rebound to more of the 50s and upper 40s by the end of the week. But we are going to have that nice chilly start to our work week. Here's a recap with your 7-day. We're going to see those showers early Sunday morning, looking to clear out by lunchtime with those highs in the lower 50s. Behind that cold front, we're going to see a nice chilly start to the work week with highs in the upper 40s to lower 50s. High pressure looking to move in to help us start to rebound to more of the upper 50s by middle week, and then ultimately the lower 60s by the end of the work week. And we're keeping an eye on that next chance of rain showers by the end of the week. But as we get into next weekend, likely looking to see a nice mix of clouds and sun with those above average temperatures.
Well, this afternoon, Power Peoples ensuring homeless people were not left out on this Thanksgiving weekend. Today, a Feed the Need event held near downtown Memphis in Morris Park. Meals were provided along with cold weather clothing, such as hats, scarves, gloves, and socks. Power Peoples has been committed to helping the homeless since 2018. Founder Mario Nolan says his motivation to do this was when he found his estranged father living in a homeless shelter. Nolan says he's excited to execute this act of care and compassion again.
You know, you look around and you see a lot of the community. This is kind of where they gather. And again, we want to come to their home, or the place that they are dwelling at now, and be of service to them in that area.
Every year, the turnout gets bigger and bigger. And officials say last year's turnout was more than 100 people, which was the largest. Today could have surpassed that. For business owners across Memphis, Small Business Saturday is a day that could make or break their whole year. According to a study from Digital Third Coast, 44% of small business owners are dependent on holiday season sales this year. The study finds that more than half of Americans plan to participate in Small Business Saturday. It's why Made in Memphis set up a small market for vendors today at Wiseacre Brewing on Broad Avenue. Made in Memphis part owner Booth McGee says the low vendor fees and the foot traffic from the brewery create the perfect environment for business owners to get those face-to-face interactions with customers.
They maybe don't have a website or something like that to, maybe they're not carried in shops around town, but it provides those opportunities for them. So maybe somebody who owns a shop sees them and says, hey, I would love to carry your stuff in our store. Or like you said, it provides that client connection.
McGee says this is their second year in a row partnering with Wiseacre on Small Business Saturday. She says they had 20 vendors participating this year. Former Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin was seriously injured yesterday when a fellow inmate stabbed him at an Arizona federal prison. The 47-year-old was taken to the hospital and is expected to recover. Here's ABC's Jacqueline Lee with the details.
Derek Chauvin, convicted in the 2020 murder of George Floyd, is recovering after being stabbed by a fellow inmate. The Bureau of Prisons saying an incarcerated individual was assaulted at the Federal Correctional Institution, Tucson. Employees at the prison performed life-saving measures while waiting for EMS. Chauvin then taken to the hospital. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison saying he was sad to hear Chauvin was the target of violence, adding he was convicted of his crimes and should be able to serve his sentence without fear of retaliation.
The court commits you to the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 270 months.
The former Minneapolis police officer is serving a 21-year federal sentence for violating George Floyd's civil rights and a 22.5-year state sentence for second-degree murder at this medium-security federal correctional facility in Tucson, Arizona. In August, officials moved Chauvin to Tucson from this maximum security state prison in Minnesota, where he was mainly kept in solitary confinement, largely for his own protection. In a recent documentary called The Fall of Minneapolis, Chauvin spoke to the media for the first time, calling the trial and sentencing a sham, claiming his use of his knee on Floyd's neck was part of his police training manual.
In fact, I'm looking at it right now. 5-316, maximal restraint technique, right in their written policy manual.
This past Monday, the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear an appeal of Chauvin's second-degree murder conviction, his lawyer claiming he had not received a fair trial. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
If you're thinking of getting a puppy over the holidays, you may want to consider which breed is your wallet's best friend. According to the Wall Street Journal, the French Bulldog is the most popular breed right now, but also the most expensive, with an average cost of $2,800 or more. The best bark for your buck is a Rat Terrier, or its close cousin, the Jack Russell. They live for 15 years and have lifetime expenses of just over $28,000. It was supposed to be the trip of a lifetime, but now it's not happening. Life at Sea Cruises says it had to cancel its 3-year inaugural cruise because it doesn't have a ship. The voyage was originally supposed to depart from Istanbul on November 1st, but after several postponements and relocations, the cruise is officially off. Passengers are now out hundreds of thousands of dollars, some with nowhere to go because they sold or rented their homes. Life at Sea Cruises says it's working to refund passengers, but that will take a few months. ABC24 is partnering with Mississippi Blood Services to give blood and share joy this holiday season. Blood banks experience an extreme decline in blood donations during this time of year, and we're doing our part by making it easy to donate. Meet us Monday, December 4th from 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. at South Haven Public Library. To sign up, just scan the QR code on your screen and enter the numbers 783. For every pint of blood donated, ABC24 and the Tegna Foundation will donate $100 to American Cancer Society's Hope Lodge. The lodge offers cancer patients and their caregivers a free place to stay during treatment away from home. Your gift could save someone's life. Well, we'll see you back here at 10 after all the games are over. We'll be there for your late news. Take care, everyone.